There were a lot of tears from the family of the victims who say they've been waiting a while, of course, for the wheels of justice and finally got what they wanted this afternoon from the jury. Guilty verdicts on both counts of homicide. Now, firefighters found the bodies of 28-year-old Jessica Ellenberger and her 4-year-old daughter Madison 13 months ago. Police quickly realized they'd been stabbed to death. Ellenberger's ex-boyfriend, 33-year-old Patrick Fowler, tried to get away but was arrested in Arkansas. Police recorded his confession that he stabbed them following an argument. Fowler later claimed he only confessed to protect his family, but the jury didn't buy it. Afterward, the victim's family said they were relieved.
Now our angels got what they deserve. He can rot in hell. Just the fact that he's finally going to get what's coming to him, you know. He doesn't know. He took 2 people away from us. Well, now let's take his life away from him because he deserves to get where he's going.
And Fowler must return here to court next month for sentencing, but faces a mandatory life sentence. Reporting live at the Milwaukee County Courthouse, Nick Bohr, WISN 12 News.
Only on 12, vandals trashed a Mukwonago neighborhood. Curse words, slurs, and offensive images spray painted all over homes. Police are searching for who's responsible tonight. 12 News' Kent Wainscott is there where residents are in disbelief.
People throughout this neighborhood said they were shocked at the type of graffiti they saw when they woke up this morning.
A dozen homes and cars painted with images so graphic and offensive we can't show them on TV.
Obscene drawings and words on houses and cars throughout the River Park Estates area.
Residents on this quiet block woke up to find the profanity, racist words, and sexually explicit images painted across entire garage doors, even sidewalks and driveways.
It's pretty intense. I don't know who's trying to make a statement.
It's pretty disgusting, actually. I'm very surprised that it's going on here.
Police are still investigating, and neighbors here say they just hope that it never happens again. In Mukwonago, I'm Kent Wainscott, WISN 12 News.
Police say they are stepping up patrols in the area as they continue to search for the vandals. Racine police are looking for 2 men wanted for attempted first-degree homicide. Police say the 2 could be driving a black 2004 Pontiac Vibe with the license plate 744YJJ. If you have any information on their whereabouts, Racine police want you to contact them. A Rock County trooper is receiving high praise for his life-saving efforts. Trooper Kevin Kinderman was the first on scene to a person overdosing. He immediately started giving the person CPR because he didn't have the life-saving antidote Narcan on him.
It was a good day for the trooper to be able to be part of that, and a good day for the guy, and hopefully he'll get the help he needs.
That doctor says the person was given Narcan at the hospital, but he stayed awake on the ambulance ride, all thanks to the CPR. A new local effort to take on the opioid epidemic. The city and county are teaming up on heroin, opioid, and cocaine on a heroin, opioid, and cocaine task force. The task force met this morning at Milwaukee City Hall. They discussed their goals and strategies, as well as grant opportunities, and heard from members of the community. Dr. Kolela with the Medical College of Wisconsin talked about mobile integrated health care as a resource for the task force to know about.
As Chief Cole mentioned, most importantly, they are recognized as a beacon of help in the community and not necessarily a law enforcement arm. So I think there's an accessibility to them that may be different than other stakeholders, and we should leverage that.
Mobile integrated healthcare is designed to fill gaps with healthcare in the community. Dr. Kolela says the problem with addiction could be considered a gap that we're all facing. And you can get help getting prescription drugs out of the wrong hands. Next Saturday is the statewide Drug Take Back Day. The initiative gives people an easy way to safely get rid of unused medication. You can bring prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, patches, inhalers, creams, even pet meds. There will be drop-off locations set up all over. To see the closest one to you, head to WISN.com/links. Milwaukee Bucks fans are riding high after last night's Game 3 playoff win at home. Fans at the Bradley Center had a lot to talk about.
I just want everybody out there to fear the deer. You saw what happened. It was a beat down. We jumped on them. Then we left out early because we're up like 30. That's what happened.
30 points.
30 points. That's what happens when you beat down the Raps.
And you got to fear the deer. Bucks eat dinosaurs?
All day. You saw it in there.
It was nasty.
It was very nasty. So nasty I threw up, then walked out.
There was a lot packed in that interview. And if you want to witness the Bucks play in person this weekend, Ben Hutchison is taking a look at ticket prices.
If you've driven by the BMO, you've seen signs about tickets for Saturday's game. I can tell you they're not cheap. After winning in dominating fashion on Thursday night, the hype around the Milwaukee Bucks and their playoff run is real. Cheap seats for Game 4 in the upper deck range from $75 to $100 on secondary ticket sites like StubHub and SeatGeek. That's right in line with what they're offering at Ticket King downtown Milwaukee.
Anywhere right now from about a $100 ticket to, if it's not on the wood court side, lower level, you're looking right now about, $175 to about $400.
Ticket King partner James Bryce Jr. says inventory is low, and that's for good reason.
We haven't had a winning series since the early 2000s, and you go up to Toronto, you play real well, you take one, and people are fired up. So it doesn't surprise me.
Now another thing to look out for is counterfeit tickets. To avoid those, experts say only buy from reputable dealers. In downtown Milwaukee, Ben Hutchison, WISN 12 News.
Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark hasn't yet said whether he'll run for re-election in 2018, but he's already drawn an opponent. Upfront host Mike Goucher sat down today for an exclusive interview with sheriff's candidate Ernell Lucas.
Ernell Lucas spent decades in the Milwaukee Police Department, where he rose to the rank of captain and served alongside David Clark. He now heads up security and investigations for Major League Baseball, but he tells me he never left Milwaukee. He was born here and grew up here and says Milwaukee County could do better for the office of sheriff.
I'm a 40-year public servant. I've learned a lot of experiences over those years, and I see the opportunity now to bring that experience back here to Milwaukee County. Milwaukee County can do better. Milwaukee County residents need better, and I feel I'm the person to provide that.
Sunday on Upfront, my full interview with Ernell Lucas, including how he expects to compete with Clark's fame and the national money that could come on in support of Clark.
See the complete interview Sunday morning at 9 o'clock right here on WISN 12. When it comes to the Wisconsin road budget, Governor Scott Walker is opposed to raising the gas tax, but he is open to raising vehicle registration fees. Governor Walker spoke with state leaders this week on the road budget issue. He says he doesn't want the overall tax burden going up. Assembly Republican leaders have been urging the governor to consider all options. A segment of pipeline that delivered gasoline from Milwaukee to Green Bay will not be rebuilt. Part of the West Shore pipeline shut down last spring. The company told the state it will not replace the pipeline servicing northeast Wisconsin. Since it closed last year, government officials have been working with industry leaders to keep the area well supplied at reasonable prices. Coming up new tonight at 10, a California video game company is suing Milwaukee County. What the county did that could end up costing taxpayers. Then take a look at this. Wisconsin firefighters witness a giant explosion at a power plant. Why they say the blowout was actually a good thing. That's coming up tonight at 10. Well, the sun is out today, and Mark, that is a sign of good things to come.
Yeah, the weekend is looking pretty spectacular. Which day brings the warmest temperatures? Next in Weather Watch 12.
Plus, a Marquette student won big at the Boston Marathon. Details on his fast-footed feet. And a Grammy-winning duo is coming to Milwaukee this summer. How you can buy tickets to their performance. That's next.
Stay safe from the storm with severe weather alerts. Download the 12 News app. Leading the way with important local coverage. You're watching WISN 12 News at 6 with Kathy Michaelby, Joyce Garbasiak, Weather Watch 12 Chief Meteorologist Mark Baden, and Big 12 Sports Director Dan Needles. WISN 12 News at 6 continues.
A Marquette University senior has etched his name in history. He ran the Boston Marathon faster than anyone in his group. WISN 12's Ben Wagner explains how he stayed focused on the finish line.
26.2 miles. 4 days after he crossed Boston's finish line, Ian Klain still feels the 26.2 miles in his legs walking to class at Marquette. The burn is worth it, considering his only other option was quitting.
Oh, there he is!
Honestly, there were 500,000 fans out on the course. And without them, I probably wouldn't have finished.
But he did. And with the support of family and friends, he finished faster than any other visually impaired runner. Ian is legally blind.
The best way that I've learned to explain is it's kind of blurry, but I've never seen normal to be able to tell the difference.
Ian's vision is 20/200. That means somebody with perfect vision can see something at 200 feet. Ian would need to be 20 feet away to see.
In class, like, I can't read anything on the board. I just kind of have to listen.
His condition affects his optic nerve, so glasses or contacts don't help. But that isn't stopping him from helping younger kids with similar abilities. He teamed up with a Milwaukee nonprofit to put on a summer sports camp for visually impaired kids.
70% of kids who are blind and visually impaired actually have never participated or have had access to a physical activity or sport. And I kind of wanted to change this.
He's proof these kids can compete. Ian finished in 2 hours and 48 minutes and says he can do better.
Basically, each mile I thought about somebody who had gotten me to where I am today, and I ran that mile for them basically, and that got me to the finish line.
Always looking forward, Ian already has his sights set on another marathon this summer. In Milwaukee, Ben Wagner, WISN 12 News.
Ian is headed to grad school this fall in Kansas City, so this summer will be his last running the sports camp. Milwaukee nonprofit Vision Forward will continue putting it on. If you'd like more information on how to sign up, you can visit our website, WISN.com.